Skin is really a true reflection of what's going on inside.
The key component usually missing is that digestive piece, the upper digestive piece.
Everybody's pretty familiar with health and wellness, especially if you're into skin nutrition, you have acne, you have skin issues. The majority of our clients come in very well educated on the topic. They're eating well, they've done Whole30, they've done celery juicing, they're working on their anti-inflammatory.
We can have very clean, whole food diets while eating all the most beautiful foods
in the world. If you are not absorbing the nutrients, it does not matter.
This is Keep It Clear, real conversations about skin, acne, and women's health without the overwhelm. Because you deserve answers that actually make sense. Today's episode starts now.
Today's episode is for you because Cris Brown and I are breaking down all of the kind of practitioner-y level speak in a really easy to understand way of what does skin nutrition really mean? And I think this is such an important topic because, Cris, how much information is there on true skin nutrition out on the internet?
Oh, there's a lot of pieces.
There's a lot of pieces.
A lot of pieces.
Most of it, though.
I mean, I'll give the internet credit. I mean, hello, it's come a ton from where it was. And I mean, it's definitely going to enhance further. But again, I'm wondering, I always have that lingering question, like, how subjective is it? Who's running the drive? But that's like my inner demon. So when, I'm always like, is that a conspiracy? That's where I live.
And when it comes to skin nutrition, there is information out on the internet, right? But I find, with us being at the top of the skin nutrition game, the information lives in our brains. It lives in these podcasts. It lives in the outward facing content that we put out for people. So I really wanted to do an episode, well, both Cris and I wanted to do an episode that was for that skin nutrition nerd, whether you're, the average person who just really loves digging into this stuff, or you are working with clients in a skin focused way or nutrition focused way. Because how many people so many, Cris, over the years, I've had DMs being like, hey, do you and Cris teach this? How do I learn what you learn? And Cris and I are like, we're self-taught. We've learned this over the last decade. It's just in our brains. It's just, that's where it is. So that's why we really want to be able to share this information. So let's get down into it, because I think one of the biggest things is the myths in the skin world, right? That eating healthy automatically means that your skin is getting what it needs, right? But your skin doesn't care how clean your diet is. It comes down to availability, absorption, prioritization. There's so much underneath just eating healthy. So let's kind of dig into that a little bit. And just let me preface this, buckle up, because Cris is going to go to town here. If you don't know, Cris actually teaches skin nutrition, teaches nutrition at a school. So she's about to go to full professor mode.
A couple,
actually. She does this and is excited about it.
I might just do this. Here's the thing. We almost should have done like myth or fact or something like that, right? Because I just feel and we've done this in the past and really had fun with it. The thing is again, how many times do we have to say food only gets you so far?
Only so, and people are like, oh, what do you mean you're nutritionists?
I know. The true, honest, everything is nutrition is part of the total lifestyle factor. If you don't have the total lifestyle factor, you're relying on nutrition as the pinnacle to undo everything that has been done. And you're at, say, symptom and in the sign stage. So by the time we're here, we have a lot of congestion. So I just want to preface this whole conversation today with everything in your body is about capacity. Everything. Not a little bit, everything. Meaning, what happens when you're stressed? We reach a certain capacity. And then how do we get brain fog? Do we get more tired than, previous days? Do we have insomnia? See, these are things that are the trifecta that say, oh, the water is continually pouring into that cup, that capacity cup, and it overflows. By the time you're at signs and symptoms, your capacity, your body capacity is overflowing. It might have been overflowing even at the inflammatory stage, let me tell you. However, by the time we get to signs and symptoms, that's when we're like, I can't handle it anymore because they've compounded. And then we're like, peace out, I'm done with this. And then finally people say, Where's that nutritionist I heard on that podcast?
We're here.
And here we are.
Because like skin is really a true reflection of what's going on inside. It is one of the mirrors and one of the windows into the body. And it is reflecting internal status, not the effort you're putting forth. Because I know, especially in, this day and age, everybody's, pretty familiar with health and wellness, especially if you're into skin nutrition, you have acne, you have skin issues. The majority of our clients come in very well educated on the topic. They're eating well. They've done Whole30. They've done celery juicing. They're working on their anti-inflammatory. So why?
They're dietitians, they're estheticians, they are nurses. They're multi-facet brains that are coming in at all different levels, which is fantastic. I love it. I mean, when people ask me questions, I'm like, oh yes, queen, let's do this.
Let's do it. So I really want to start back up at the highest part in this little food chain here. Is people like, oh my gosh, I'm eating the best diet ever. And Chris and I like to say, well, are you digesting that best diet ever? Because you could be eating the most organic, whole food worthy diet of life. And if you are not breaking it down, you are not absorbing the nutrients that your body needs to not just thrive, for your skin cells to repair, for your hormones to produce, for your liver to function, for your brain cognition. If you are not absorbing the nutrients, it does not matter.
And that is going to add to the capacity cup. And I'm just going to constantly bring that right back every single time. Because again, what happens is we turn on the faucet and we plug the drain and we walk away. And then it starts to fill naturally. Well, we don't stop it, right? Because we're continuing to eat even organic, whole foods, like all these beautiful things. However, supplements we're taking might not be aiding or might actually be causing part of the issue. We might have a job that we can't stand, or, we have poor relationships, or whatever it is. It's just that compound. So at that point, I go to turn off the faucet. Oops, the faucet's in my hand. Oh my gosh. Then I panic. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I did, and I'm trying to turn off this water. At that point, that stress is all the missed signals going on inside the body. And that stress is part of the perpetual inflammatory reaction that is going to keep the acne going. So you can keep eating all these beautiful foods, but unfortunately, we're in panic mode. So then when we're in panic mode, signs and symptoms are going to increase. And then at that panic mode, that's when you tend to seek help. And when you're in panic mode and seek help, that capacity cup, it's at the point where it's last ditch effort kind of behavior, fair? And think about the mental psyche of that. So again, eat all the organic. Where's your capacity cup? Where's your signaling? Is it your enzymes? Is it your uptake? Can we absorb it? What's happening inside the body so that we can better understand the pathways, the transportation vessels? I've had people that, eat vegan and then they converted to a Mediterranean and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize, because they were so minerally depleted. It doesn't mean that veganism was wrong. It means 1A, they probably weren't applying it properly, or 2, maybe it didn't resonate with them. Right? Same with omnivores. It doesn't matter. I'm just using those as an examples. So again, we can have very clean, whole food diets. Ugh, that word. Diets.
Nutrition.
I like.
Yeah, nutrition.
Look at you. It's save of the day. Nutrition. Okay, gold star right there.
Hey.
I haven't given a star.
We haven't given any stars in a very long time.
We have, honestly, we have been starless.
We have been starless for like
starless.
a 9-month period. None of us got stars.
No, I think we had to actually return them.
We did return the stars.
As we digress. But yeah, so that's just to be very clear. Just remember, nutrition's one pillar.
And when we're looking at breaking those foods down, like let's talk about what proteins, fats, and carbohydrates are actually doing in the body and why it's so important. Because we see the majority of our clients coming in are very low in stomach acid, right? And our stomach acid is a key player in helping to break proteins down. And if we're not breaking our proteins down, we're not getting our amino acids, which are the building blocks of our body. They are repairing. They are important for barrier integrity. If we're dealing with low protein, we're going to have slow healing. We're going to have lingering inflammation. We're going to have fragile skin, all because we aren't breaking our proteins down properly.
SIBO, gut pathogens, like all of that, because we can't be, the other thing is we cannot rely on our gut microbiome to hang out and just be like, oh, it's okay, queen, you didn't finish digestion, don't worry about it, I got you, right? So when people come in and they have SIBO, or they have parasitic activity, they have an itchy anus, they have mood shifts around the moon, they have, crustaceans in the ear, whatever it is that might, signify some of these signs and symptoms. Again, what's happening there? We can't just go, oh, okay, maybe we just need to go and attack this gut and all those little buggers, because we need the foundation. Mm-hmm. Like you said, we need to make sure, can we even take in our foods? If we can't take in our foods, how are you killing stuff?
You ain't.
You ain't.
And can we give a little highlight to proper fat digestion? Because I think in the health and wellness nutrition space, bile, the poor gallbladder, gets none of the limelight. No one talks about the gallbladder and how important bile is. But Cris, it is especially for our acne sufferers that are dealing with congestion and like the temples. How many times do we put a client on bile support that has that crazy congestion and all of a sudden, whoop, oh my gosh, your skin looks amazing?
Well, we have one right now.
I have several. I think I have 3 at the top of my head right now.
Yeah. The difference is it's not just a matter of going in, say, with like an ox bile or a tonka, or it's using combinations and seeing where their transportation breakdown, that signaling might be compromised. And then using supplementation or stacking it. So it's like, oh, we're going to help you break it down. Then we're going to help you transport it. And then we're going to help the cofactors to assimilate it. That's the difference in supplementation there too, right? Mm-hmm. Bile is so underestimated. If you don't emulsify your fats, you do not have proper operating sex hormones.
Because guess what your sex hormones need? They need fats in order to be happy.
And proteins, we have a whole other substack of hormones that require protein synthesis.
And Cris, how many clients come in taking an omega-3 fish oil, which is, don't get me wrong, love an omega-3 fish oil, but if you're not breaking down and emulsifying your fats, it's just adding to that congestion.
And the other thing is we can't forget that we also need omega-6s. That's a prostaglandin 1 series, right? Then we have the prostaglandin 3. Yeah, there's a 2 in there, but that's arachidonic acid. We'll chitty chat about that another time. However, we need a 4-to-1 ratio. The reason why we boast and say fish oil, or, again, if we're doing that search and it says you need a fish oil, the difference is because it's a standard North American diet industry. Mm-hmm. So we tend to be around 18 to 25 omega-6s, which now is becoming pro-inflammatory to the body versus that 1 ratio of 3s.
Yeah, because we need omega-6s, but in the right ratio. We eat too many of them because of that standard North American diet, so many of us do. We get the refined bad omega-6s, but we still do need good, healthy omega-6s in the right ratio to the omega-3s.
Exactly. So if you want to be... and essential fatty acids come from food. So first and foremost, yes, we want to start getting these foods in. For somebody like me that is like totally intolerant to fish, and when I say intolerant, it means I just don't like it.
I love fish. I could easily be a pescatarian. I don't like all seafood.
I want to so bad, but even the smell of it, I'm like...
I don't like squid and mussels and oysters. Like, that's not my vibe. But
I can't even do shrimp anymore.
I know, but that's... you have a psychological issue with shrimp.
Like, yeah, like shrimp, bananas, and peanut butter.
Bananas?
I can't. If you open a banana, if you open the peel of a banana, peel it back, in my car, you are getting out.
That's me and watermelon. The smell of watermelon makes me want to throw up.
So bananas and peanut butter now are my watermelon to you.
Oh,
and I never used to do that. Like as a kid, I was like peanut butter. I haven't touched peanut butter in I don't even know how many years.
I've never eaten watermelon.
Yeah. So I may need to supplement. Mm-hmm. Or I may need to find other vessels. There's other vessels of which it can do for
Absolutely.
it, these types of things. But again, I have to ensure my body can break it down or it's useless.
And Cris, guess what another big issue is? Like, how many times do we have clients coming in that have super dry skin, and we help them start breaking their fats down, and guess what? Their dry skin goes away.
What about people that have over? That's not a word, everybody.
Back it up.
Today it is an over. An overproduction of sebum. Again, is your body emulsifying your fats? Why is it there? It's not just always a blood sugar instability.
It's not always a testosterone issue.
However, triglycerides have a glycerol backbone, which is a sugar and a fat. So foods are multi-complexed. And the nice thing about it is you don't have to be like, oh my gosh, should I have this? Sometimes we need cod liver and we don't need fish oil.
I love a cod liver.
It really depends on the person. And where I love, don't get me wrong, I'll go on the internet and I'll be like, hey, XYZ, what's going on? The nice thing is I have the knowledge to be like, that doesn't sound right. And I can change those prompts. So I do love that. So just everybody, if you're doing that stuff, just make sure that you have that knowledge because it can get just so overwhelming. And again, what's going to happen is when it becomes overwhelming and you try all the things, I always want you to go back to that visual of your capacity cup. When people say, hey, what do you want to do this weekend? And you're like, nothing. And you are like over it, that's a capacity cup.
That's me every day. But I keep going.
That's me when Steve's like, hey, do you want a people? Oh, I
coming down with something.
I must be coming down with something.
Shocker.
Okay, do you want to hear a sidebar?
I love a sidebar.
For everybody. Okay.
She's going to share about her life, guys.
This weekend, I am peopling Friday night. I am peopling Saturday night. And I am peopling Sunday.
Chris Brown, you're gonna need to take a week off after that.
At which point I did respond to Steve and I said, if you add one more peopling session into our calendar, you'll be sleeping in the car.
Are they different sets of peoples?
Yeah,
Multiple.
and there's even travel in it.
Oh my God.
So it's like we're going back to where we used to live to hang out with some old neighbors.
Wow.
And I really like them. So it's like, it's not that I don't like them. Do you know what I mean?
It's just a lot of peopling.
It's just, you know how I get? Everybody says, oh, I can't read, Chris. Oh, this and that, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. But the thing is I am just this funnel of information. It's constantly coming in, right? You see it here. We're talking about omega-6s.
I speak fluent Cris. I'm very fluent in Cris. It's a life skill. Not a lot of people have it. I don't even think her husband has it, but I speak it.
There should be a course.
I'm going to put a course out on how to speak Cris.
I think what it is high-functioning autistic
just
behaviors. Yes. But yes, you could probably run a course at this point.
I could.
People just think I'm just naturally mad, but no, I just can't do with all the stimulus.
Yeah, high-functioning autistic, that helps. You understand how.
And don't put a banana in my car.
Oh, no bananas.
There's all the Chris.
There's all you need to know about Chris.
You need to know.
That's all you need to know about her.
So let's get back to this before I spill something about my life that I don't want to share.
She never shares this much, you guys. Write down the date. So carbohydrates, this is the last one we want to talk about for digestion, right? Is what happens when we're not breaking our carbohydrates down. Chris?
Fermentation, gas, bloat, pathogen
Overgrowth.
Feast. It's a buffet at this point. Energy spikes, inability, fat conversion. So taking the glucose and converting
Blood
it
sugar.
and storing it as fats, right? This is a big deal. So it's not that we hate on carbohydrates. This is why I love to say, hey, I teach people this is fiber and these are carbohydrates because we know carbohydrates to be breads and cereals and that. So why am I going to alter the way you think? Why don't I just use what you think and then share? We don't get caloric intake, calorie, repletion from fiber. We get it from the carbohydrate, but there's right carbohydrates that you can have with higher fiber to slow down that glycemic spike, slow down that sebum production, slow down that mood swing, slow down the insomnia at night, slow down definitely the back and chest acne.
Yes. And this is all from properly digesting your protein, fats, and carbohydrates. All of that from poor digestion can happen in the body with your skin and your hormones and your gut we haven't even made it outside of digestion yet.
While eating all the most beautiful foods
in the world. Okay, so let's talk about some of the micronutrients, right? We've done some macros. Let's talk about some of the important micronutrients. And this isn't to be saying
I love them
we
all.
We love them all. But I want to preface this in saying
don't make me choose.
Just because we're listing them out doesn't mean you go and buy a supplement. Okay? Get them from food. Just because we're saying, oh, we love zinc, it's a great mineral, doesn't mean I want you to go and take a zinc supplement. So, with that in mind...
No, actually, I do not.
We do not want you to take a zinc supplement.
I promise you, I do not.
Out of all of the HTMAs we looked at, you do not need a zinc supplement. And
not usually.
It's one of the first things that people are recommended on the internet. They're like, oh, I need to take a zinc. And I even have to fight clients in like a nice way sometimes. They're like, oh, I know you gave me this protocol, but I've added zinc in because I read something online. And I'm like,
Because it makes total sense.
does.
The body needs zinc for that exact purpose that it's saying. So yes, is it validated? Yes. Is there literature to support it and case studies? Yes, I agree with it. The difference is let's go back to the past discussion. Zinc is one of those minerals that does need cofactors and beautiful stomach acid in order for it to be chelated properly.
So let's go through the micronutrients, how they help. Because again, how many times do we eat an HTMA and we see so many people are under-fueled? They do not have enough mineral intake and their bars are like all the way at the bottom. We're like, oh, you do not eat enough in a day. You are not getting near the amount of nutrients you would eat in a day.
Yeah, I call that your caloric input is in deficit to your output. So, and what I mean by that is you're simply not ingesting enough for the means your body needs for energy. And in this case, if we do not have sufficient protein in our diet, the body will go, ooh, I'm lacking energy. And then it may migrate over to tissue protein for metabolizing that energy, because you're poor metabolizing at that point, right? Or even poor metabolizing is still, it's going to find the vessel. If we can't break it down, it has to find the vessel.
Absolutely.
So again, see how no matter what we talk about is going to go back to that digestive.
Because you're not breaking it down.
Little nugget. No, because we're not breaking it down, or we can't utilize it, or we're eating well on the screen, or, you know, nobody can just sit still and eat. Like it's not a thing. Gen Z, they would think that I'm speaking sacrilege. They would be like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
I always say all the time, I hear the phone going and I hear chewing and I'm like, question for you. Can you watch and process and digest at the same time? And all I hear is the phone get pushed to the side. And usually a little rumbling. That's so annoying.
Oh my God, Mom. So these micronutrients. Let's talk about some really great micronutrients we love for skin. Dietary food sources from your food. Vitamin A. These are going to be your orange foods. Think sweet potato, butternut squash, all rich sources of beta carotene, which is what gives it that orange color. That's going to convert it to vitamin A in your body. And Chris, what do we love vitamin A for?
I don't know. Can I be controversial
Oh
first?
my God. I hate when she says this because I'm like, sure, but what's going to come out of your mouth?
Well, you never know.
You never know. That's
the
rip
bliss.
the Band-Aid off.
I did say I was autistic.
Spit it out, Chris. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee.
Well, I'm going back to conversion. Okay? Beta carotene is not the final end product of vitamin A. It has to be converted in the body. And that's why I say retinol from cod liver oil, it has active A. So sometimes we might get in that way if we feel like we need A, versus asking people to consume vitamin A through just foods. Because remember we said you can be eating all these beautiful nutrients, but you're just not able to do anything with it. So back to digestion. So many times I see client files in, and when I say so many times, I'm not kidding, like a large majority, maybe 95%, as I just throw out a number. But a huge amount where they're working and you can see that they're working with people, or they have worked with people, or they understand. The key component usually missing is that digestive piece, the upper digestive piece.
All the time. I get client files all the time.
Okay, see yours too?
Yeah, I have one client that I was working with, and they're like, I actually stopped working with a former practitioner because they wanted to put me on a detox and I wasn't pooping yet. And I was like, I tried to let my face not react. I was like, okay. I'm glad you left.
Yeah, those moments when I'm like live on those calls. I'm like, oh, it's like I don't even know what to do.
I know.
I'm frozen.
It's my version of a haunted house. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, let's move on before I throw up. But vitamin A, when we do convert it well into the body, it's really helpful for cell turnover. Right, we need that for wound healing. Great for your immune system. It's an antioxidant, so we love that. It's going to be helping to fight oxidative stress, which is something that promotes aging and disease in the body.
So many factors. I mean, we couldn't even list them all, to be honest. No. Right? Like, when I teach the estheticians,
yes,
I really focus on these because I have asked them in class, how often are your clients coming in and I'll list the zinc and the vitamin A and, and they're like all the
dim,
time.
the fish oil, the bees.
The dim, the fish oil, the bees. Yeah, they're like all the time. And I'm like, well, let's dig into each of these micro minerals, these macro minerals, and let's show you the cofactors of how that works. And they're like, I didn't.
No. And if you're wondering, what do you mean Cris teaches estheticians? Over at our sister company, Functional Nutrition Skin Institute, we actually teach skin professionals, estheticians, nutrition nerds. We run live cohorts. So if you've ever wanted to pick Chris's nutrition brain and learn directly from her, I'll put all the information in the show notes so you can come hang out with us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got we got a whole nother...
Hey, Katie. What's the acronym for Functional Nutrition Skin Institute?
You guys, we've had this company for a year, and I struggle to say the acronym every time. It's like one of those things I have to...
It's a tongue twister.
I'm a fast talker, and I get... it's FNSI. That's literally how slow I have to say it.
Yeah, you did it.
Because I mix it up every time.
She can't. It's like saying baby bonnet, blue basket. Like,
please don't make me say the abbreviation.
Don't do it.
Okay, let's go into... Should we continue on with our antioxidants, like our vitamin C and E?
Sure.
Our ACEs? We know we love a vitamin C.
I mean, because here's the thing. I don't always love people going on antioxidant complexes. There's other ways we can get them into.
Yep.
I mean, we already established that there's foods if we can utilize it.
Yep.
But fat-soluble vitamins, they can store. So this is why it's so important, because they can build up toxicity. So if we are not having bowel movements, we better be careful.
So can we explain what a fat-soluble... So for people that don't know, a fat-soluble vitamin is it really absorbs best with dietary fats. It gets broken down. It needs fat. So that would be something like your vitamin A, your vitamin D, your vitamin E's.
Okay.
So I didn't list the...
Essential fatty acids.
Yeah, I didn't list them all out. I was like, here's an example of 3. We only have so much time today, Cris.
Can people tell we don't script this stuff?
Shocker. Other things. So again, vitamin C, like so many people reach for an ascorbic acid. Corn-based a lot of the time, right? We see a lot of corn-based vitamin C supplements, which we don't love.
Watch citric acid.
Acid, corn-based, right?
We want to make sure it is from a citrus fruit.
Yes, which would be an acerola cherry, camu. Like these are what we really love to look for. Again, we all know our vitamin C rich foods, but remember, like strawberries and bell peppers and broccoli, these all have sources of vitamin C. It's not just our citrus friends. And then going into our B vitamins, a lot of acne sufferers.
C, hang tight.
Oh, what did I miss?
C is underestimated.
It
because
is.
C is one of the adrenal love C's.
I give C so much for my high adrenal people.
Right? So the thing is it's not just about that, but vitamin C, we have to be careful because potentially if we have high hair iron, I'm going to say, because we can validate that, it could be biounavailable and oxidative. We could look low on blood labs and then we pump in more iron, but we have a displacement between calcium and zinc and, the cofactors, manganese, whatever else interferes with that. And we could potentially be absorbing more iron in the wrong places. So we're not getting that oxygen delivery and stuff like that. Vitamin C also is fantastic to help rebalance things like copper. Think copper and estrogen bioproduction, everyone. Right? Vitamin C is because they are water soluble. They are beautiful. If we don't use them, out they go.
They get peed out.
See ya. Peace. Done. Bye. Right? And that's what's really great about it. There is a proper amount of dosing. I usually see people do it too much, too fast, and not sustained, because when we wake up, we're vitamin C deficient. Halfway through the afternoon, we're vitamin C deficient. Why? It's water soluble. Same with our bees. Like we don't really hang. We eat a lot of bees. If you're eating whole food, proteins, fats, and fibers, you're getting bees in there. But it's not always the case, right?
No. And like, so that's why the proper dosing, right, is oftentimes if we're doing a vitamin C for a client, we might have them take it morning and after, like morning and lunchtime, upon rising and lunchtime, so we can make sure that we're replenishing it properly and we're using those whole food sources. Because vitamin C is really, really important, we know, for collagen formation. We know it's important in immune function, and immune system plays a role in our skin. It's going to be helping to repair our skin. It's a really, really powerful nutrient that I think when we can get it in the right ways is great.
Yeah.
B vitamins,
I love.
If you're stressed, you're flying through those B vitamins.
Listen, if you want B vitamins, seriously, go take a course, because I'm not kidding. Each B vitamin has its own objection.
We would need
its own property.
We would need a podcast for each individual B vitamin.
Easy. Yeah. Easy. I mean, again, when I'm teaching it, I try not to be like too like blah, blah, blah. But again, I try to show the symmetry and the antagonisms, because that's what we definitely need to know, right? If somebody says, hey, you have this, oh, okay, hold on. No, we got to watch that, right? So we just have to watch a little bit of the Bs. Like B1, as an example, helps promote hydrochloric acid. But if we have H. pylori, and the Bs, there's a good number of them that through the fermentation of the bacteria in the intestinal cavity, we create them. And biotin, everybody, is one of them. Mm-hmm. So when people say, oh, it broke me out, well, maybe we're doing okay with biotin on our own. Or it is sulfur based, which they don't know.
How often do we have clients come in that have a massive dysbiosis, which is too much bad bacteria and yeast in their gut, and those bees are just on feeding the bad bacteria and yeast.
And zinc feeds candida.
Mm-hmm. And how many candida sufferers do we see?
With acne, good large portion. And please just do not go run a candida protocol.
Oh boy.
I've seen maybe one good one on the internet.
There's a lot on the internet.
Like food complements and stuff like that. I know, but I've scoured just recently. I scoured about 4 because a client presented them to me, because it was more like in a challenge, but not in a bad challenge. It was like, why are you making me do this?
I dare anybody to challenge Cris on a nutrition question. And let me be there, please. Let me be there.
When they say this, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know 2 of these existed. I knew about 2 of the others. So I went through it, and then I explained it, and then they were like, oh.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. Right? But I also had their HMA.
Yeah.
I also had their case file. Yeah. So I was, that was it, lickety split for me to go bing, 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 and here you go.
Our candida protocols are probably the most therapeutic versions of a candida protocol I've ever seen. Ever. They're not missing anything.
I know. What does our ND say? Cris, you're cruel.
Our candida protocols, I like to soften
comprehensive.
I like to soften the blow and say this is a very therapeutic protocol that you are going to be on. Reminder: short-term pain for long-term gain. I will validate this will not be fun.
And Katie says, and I didn't write that. Send Cris.
I didn't put this protocol together. This is Chris's.
Yeah, I think we were in a coaching call one time, and Katie was like, "I totally said you wrote that."
It's like, I apologize in advance. I'm like, listen, this ain't gonna be fun. I've done it. It's not fun.
I've tried to get. This is probably Katie. I've tried to get Cris to lighten up, and she.
But the reason why I don't is because it works so well. It works so well. So how can we argue with brilliance?
I'm pretty picky.
She's very picky. Okay, I know we could go on for another hour. So let's finish up these micros here. Let's do magnesium, zinc, selenium, and iodine.
Okay.
I'm just going to step back because Cris and her minerals.
I'm just going to go iodine for a second. I love it and I don't love it all in one. Iodine is some people just say that is like it's just the. It's not just the. Nothing is just the. Iodine as well. Again, let's think about that half-life, right? So if you think you have an iodine deficiency, first of all, we're going to go 3% Lugol's or some kind of factor like that. We're going to make sure it's nice and clean. We're not doing potassium iodine. That's a whole nother thing. We also want to look at, I want people to apply it to their skin. And if it dissolves in a certain amount of time, then we could potentially have it if your energy restores. So again, remember, we used to use iodine to sterilize. We don't need to be ingesting to sterilize. So that's where I'm different than many people. And it's only because, again, listen, I have a thyroid issue. And that difference between iodine on the skin and iodine ingested could actually tip somebody over. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, follow your practitioner. They very much have your case. This is just generalization. Mm-hmm. But iodine is needed for I just want to say everything. Right? Energy metabolism, the thyroid, your metabolic patterns, iodine is the woman. Mm-hmm. It is the king of the kings. It's just, I wanted to preface with, please just watch the way we take it. Mm-hmm. Right? So I do love it, but it's just not going to be, they used to say that antibiotics was the miracle mm-hmm. drug. It kills the good and the bad. Oh, sorry. It kills the bad with preserving the good without hurting the body. But it didn't say anything about ripping out all the good bacteria too, right?
No, and I was born in 89, so 90s, 2000s, I think I took 9 rounds of antibiotics a year for a few decades.
I can't even tell you, don't even know how I'm not resistant.
Same. I don't even think they work on me.
Yeah. Maybe it's because I ate a lot of dirt when I was younger or something like that, because we were allowed to do that, or left
Heaven
the house.
forbid.
Or left the house. That's why I'd say I don't need to socialize now, because I left the house when I
know.
was a kid.
We left the house. We rode our bikes around the neighborhood. Okay, selenium, zinc, and mag.
Selenium, same cofactors. You need it for the conversion and the supporting the thyroid. Mm-hmm. It's an antioxidant. Usually very depleted in hair analysis. Mm-hmm. When I see it over, if there's no environmental factors, then we definitely want to look at the disruption in that thyroid, mm-hmm. right? But for the skin needs all the nutrients, mm-hmm. fair. It's how the body I don't even need to probably pinpoint.
The body needs all these minerals and vitamins.
Yeah, it's part of the detoxification pathway. You need 4 molecules of selenium to make a glutathione. Glutathione's our master antioxidant. We need sulfur. We need SOD, right? All of these are cofactors for detoxification. So selenium is not just selenium. Mm-hmm. Do I have to add more to that?
Nope. We're running out of time. You got zinc and magnesium it's still to go.
Oh, I did zinc.
Oh, we did zinc. Yeah, magnesium.
Magnesium.
What a wonderful mineral.
Listen.
That's my favorite.
I have favorites.
Magnesium is mine.
I have favorite children.
The dog.
It's Bruno.
The dog, Bruno.
I have favorite minerals. Magnesium is often one that many people can take.
Many people. Mm-hmm.
And there's 7 different types, so please understand which one you're taking. Right? However, magnesium is needed. It's the precursor to even synthesize vitamin D. So think about mm-hmm. your deficiency in vitamin D.
Do you name magnesium?
Right? It's needed for blood sugar stability. It has 500 enzymatic reactions. It is as busy as the liver.
It's such an important mineral. And it does get a lot of limelight, so I'm happy about it.
Irritability, nervousness, restless legs syndrome.
Sleep.
I mean, you name it. It hangs out there. It's not going to just work again by itself. Mm-hmm. I mean, potentially if we have restless leg syndrome, we could also have a displacement in potassium. Let's be honest. That's a nerve transmitter, electric current kind of mineral. But bottom line is magnesium, at the very least, if we drink coffee, we need magnesium. If we're stressed, we need magnesium.
Why do you think I take a bottle of it a day?
Okay, maybe you need to see somebody.
I do. I see you, Chris.
Oh my goodness. Clearly she's not listening to me, everyone. But these are the things. It goes way beyond what we expect it to do. It's in the cofactors of B and neurotransmitters and all of these things. So no wonder we're so depleted, because we are just stressed out. And standard North American diets rip it. Mm-hmm. Right? Coffee, by the way, also takes away iron and zinc.
Chris Brown, your beloved coffee.
Yeah, but that's okay, because I'm already deficient in those anyways, because I have thyroid. So I actually just rationalize that it's okay.
See, guys, we do the same thing as you. Don't worry. We're human just like you.
I'm I'm just going to go take 2 magnesium while I drink my coffee. Look at me go.
I've had a matcha and 2 lattes today because I went out for brunch. So
You actually said that out loud.
I went out for brunch with my girlfriends and I had already had a matcha. They had 2 lattes, so I had 2 lattes. Peer pressure.
Yeah, it was probably you that peer pressured, but whatever.
I was like, I'll take a second to go.
For lack of actually, making this be an hour podcast, I'm just going to say we'll hold there.
I need to get work done today. All right. So did we get them all? Did we go through magnesium? Yeah. Amazing. You guys, as you can see, this is like, we literally just started to peel the Band-Aid back on this topic. That was just us talking about some of the top nutrients, the macronutrients, and digestion. Like, skin nutrition is so in depth. This is why we teach an entire 8-week course live on this over at the Functional Nutrition Skin Institute. So like I said, if you are a skincare professional, an esthetician, a nutritionist, a dietitian, you're just in love nutrition, you want to geek out on this, come and check out Skin Nutrition Essentials, 8-week live course that we do. I'm going to put all of the details in the show notes because you get to hang out with Chris for 8 weeks straight. How fun is that? Oh, and our next cohort is actually starting in a couple weeks. So, and if you're listening to this on a replay months after this has come out, just know that we do currently run cohorts in the fall, in the winter, and in the spring.
And guess what we're working on?
Oh, you're going to tell them. I didn't think you'd let me tell them.
Yeah, we're going to work on digitizing it for those people that just don't always want to do everything live and maybe have some little live guest appearances for some Q&As. So we're doing it.
We're doing it, everybody. All right, as always, another fun-filled episode here on Keep It Clear. Shoot me DM. You got any questions? Check the show notes, and we will see you next week.